Perfect. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. So, yeah, so we are looking at setting an ideal of what we are. Most of you, if not all of you, know now that we are transitioning into being a DAO. So that means we're a decentralized autonomous organization. That means it's not specifically run or owned by a particular person. We are all essentially shareholders in the company. The objective is for Chavez to eventually be in the background as the tech developer for this company. And the company itself is going to be represented by the leadership. And as you come up into the leadership and start hitting ranks, you obviously will be representing the company in a more prolific way, because you'll be more exposed, because you'll be in a leadership role. So we have to start recognizing ourselves as a tech company. And that's what we are. Chavez is a tech developer. He is one of the, if not the best tech developers in the industry. And his goal has never changed. His goal has always been to bring us the best technology, the best products, so that we can earn from those products and we can help other people earn from those products. So that on an ongoing basis, as I've always expressed in the presentations that I've done, that we have got a safe place to work. We've got a safe place to operate in the affiliate marketing industry, knowing that when we are promising people things, that those things are going to be delivered. And that's where we are now. We are a tech company, and we need to act like we're a tech company. Now, the problem that we have is, from a user-based perspective, people are used to having and receiving a finished product. Us as a community, as members of the public, not just this community, but as members of the public, we have never, certainly I haven't, I mean, any of you here who've been part of the tech industry before may well be in a different position, but certainly for me, I've never been part of a development of a product. So, and I would say probably 99% of the people in this community have never been part of the development of a product. And as part of this community, that is where we are. We are part of the development process. I'm not sure that everybody really understands where we are in this community. We are in a unique situation where we get to see products being developed from almost their inception. We get to experience the development of that product. We get to take part in the development of product, giving feedback to the company, helping them to make and refine that product until it can be launched. In the past, we only ever see the final product, which of course is easy because you get the final product, you click on buttons or you swipe on whatever it is, and that product just works. But what we don't see is the years of development, the years of testing that went on beforehand. We don't get to see the problems that the company experienced during that development process. We don't get to see how much work was generated by trying to fix bugs, how many different iterations of that product there was. We never get to see that. We only get to see the final product. And I can only really liken it to our everyday situation now with something like a mobile phone. If you think the first telephone was invented, I don't know what year, but I don't know, 100 years ago, whatever year it was. And it remained the same for how many years before somebody invented. Okay, Dennis, if you keep track of what's in the chat, and then we'll come back to it and I can answer with it afterward, answer and reply to those afterwards.
Joe, excuse me, is there only 100 spots in the webinar?
Yes, this is just my personal room. I've only got 100.
Okay, so a lot of people are trying to get in, but they're not able to get in.
Okay, I wasn't expecting more than 50 or 60 people, to be honest. So I've only got a space for 100 people, but this is being recorded. This can be sent out to everybody afterwards.
Okay, fine.
So that's fine, and it can be translated into whatever language using AI. So it's not a problem. So if you think about how many decades the landline telephone was nothing more than a landline telephone, but how it looked from the first telephone to the eventual telephone in the 80s that I can remember. And then if you think of how long it took for the landline phone to eventually transition to a mobile phone, and now barely a person has a mobile phone, and barely a person doesn't have a mobile phone. I don't even have a landline anymore. So it took 100 years, whatever that is, whatever the accurate number is, but it took like 100 years, maybe more, to get from the first landline phone to a mobile phone. But now your mobile phone changes every 6 months. Every year there's a new mobile phone, a new version of the same mobile phone. Well, how do they develop it so quickly? It's not because they're reinventing it. It's because they've already got a template. They've already got a product that's ready. All they're doing is adding new features or improving existing features to that product. But all we see is the final product of a mobile phone. You go to the shop, you buy your mobile phone, you take it out the box, and it just works. But we never got to experience the decades of trial and error that happened. The same with all innovation. The aeroplane, from the first Wright brothers aeroplane that they designed that probably flew 10 feet and crashed, to the jumbo jet that we have now, took, you know, decades and decades to get to the final product. And this is where we are in this space. Now, look, it's not perfect. I'm not trying to suggest where we are is perfect. From my perspective, I think we're in the safest hands that we have ever been before. I think we are in the best place that we have ever been before. But we are also in a place where our perception of how things work should change. And this isn't me preaching a sermon to you guys. This is really just a discussion that me and Lucky have had together about how we perceive the company ourselves and how we feel we wish to represent the company moving forward. From your perspectives, you obviously need to make that decision yourself. I'm just sharing my thoughts and the discussion that I had with Lucky. Okay. And I'm going to address, you know, different issues as we go along. I'm just initially just giving you the overview of the conversation. So the way we perceive things is changing. We are now in a tech company, and that means that when Chavez brings us a product, it is in most cases going to be a brand new product. That's certainly been the case with the blockchain and Bitcoin code and Boomerang. Now, Boomerang is an absolutely, completely and utterly brand new product. There's nothing like it that's ever existed in the marketplace. And we have been a part of that development. And for me, I just think that's incredible to be able to be part of the development, to have the use of something, to test something, to give feedback on that product from its inception. I think for me, is just absolutely amazing. I just love to be part of something and have it as a first product. So that's how we kind of perceive the moving forward of the company on our perception. It's understanding that we are, as a community, we are in a tech company, and that when we get new products, we're not necessarily getting a product that's off the shelf. We are getting a product that is brand new and is going to take time to go through the process and all the various different process of testing before we get to proper live launch. Now, expanding out on that, referring specifically to Boomerang. Okay. So I believe Boomerang is going to launch very soon, because I don't think for a minute that Chavez announced the launch for Friday without having an expectation himself of launching on Friday. Now, whilst we haven't had an update yet, clearly something happened that prevented the launch on Friday. Now, I'm going to agree with probably what everybody is thinking. Chavez should have come onto the Zoom and explained, this is what's happening. We're not going to launch, and this is why. He should have done that on Friday. He should have done that on Saturday. And he should probably do it tonight. He hasn't done that yet. Now, for me, actually, I'm not really worried about it, because I've been part of this project since the very beginning. I have had time to grow accustomed to the way Chavez works. There's been quite an extensive time. You know, Chavez sometimes doesn't communicate with us for 3-4 days at a time. And then he'll call a Zoom and he'll go, right, this is what I've been doing. This is why I've been doing it. This is what I've fixed, or this is what I've developed, or this is what I've changed. This is where we are now. And believe me, in the leadership Zoom, in the leadership groups, people are reaching out to Chavez and saying, give us some information. Tell us something. Give us an update. Let us know what's going on. But most of the people that are saying that are the people that are new in the leadership. For those of us who know Chavez and know how Chavez works, most of us are just like, okay, no problem. Look, Chavez will get back to us when he's ready. But from most of your perspectives, you don't know that. You haven't had that experience with Chavez, and you don't know how he works. So for you, when you don't hear that communication, when you don't see that communication, because many of you have come from the background, just like me, you've come from a background of companies that just scam you. And the first thing that happens is there's a breakdown in communication. And then that person disappears. So I understand the sentiment of how that might appear. And we have expressed that to Chavez as well. But that doesn't mean Chavez is going to change anytime soon. This is how Chavez works. It's like a child on a PlayStation. You go on the PlayStation at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and suddenly it's midnight. The hours have gone. And the way Chavez works is he's a developer. He's face down, looking at the work, focusing on the work, doing the work. And before you know it, maybe 10 hours has gone past. So, and I don't think we're going to be able to change that. We can't expect someone like Chavez to change the way he operates overnight. In all likelihood, the way he operates is not going to change. He's 28 years old. He's still a young man. He's got his head down. He's a typical developer. He's got his head down. He wants to get the work done. I agree. If he didn't think that we were going to launch, he shouldn't be announcing it, which suggests he clearly thought we were going to launch. I'm not apologizing for him. I think what he's done is he should be there to announce and say, yes, look, this is what's happened. But look, Chavez is not a conventional person. He doesn't think in a conventional way. He expects us, the leadership, to represent the company. He expects us, the leadership, to communicate and support the rest of the community, which we are doing to the best of our ability. I think we are, at least. And Chavez very much wants to just be in the background in the long run, just developing products, bringing us products. So I don't think that we can expect Chavez to change the way he works anytime soon. because he loves doing what he's doing, developing products. He's not really a people person, to be honest. He's quite uncomfortable in dealing with people. He's maybe a little shy, I suppose. He's not that comfortable with dealing with people. He's a typical tech developer. So my point at the beginning is expressing who we are, how we should perceive ourselves as a company. The second part is really explaining about who Chavez is and how he works and how we should be expecting, what our expectations of Chavez is. He will continue to keep bringing us amazing products, but he may not bring them on a schedule that we are expecting or that we're hoping for. Now, I don't have a doubt that Boomerang will launch very soon, and it is going to change lives. There's not a doubt about that in my mind. No matter what any of you see on YouTube or passed around Facebook or passed around WhatsApp groups, I don't care what you see. This is a real company with a real person behind it, developing real products. And we are going to change lives. Not a doubt in my mind about that. So that's really expressing who Chavez is. Hopefully I've done that well enough that you can all understand what I've talked about so far, and it makes sense to you. Whether you agree, whether you like it or not, that I can't control that choice. That is just me expressing, relaying a conversation that I had with Lucky, and hopefully then you understand what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to address what the gentleman just said. This could be a never-ending story. So really, that's a good segue into how I feel each and every one of you should be making decisions for yourselves now. Okay? This isn't going to be a never-ending story. We're not looking at Chavez launching Boomerang in a year from now. Remember, every day that we haven't launched, the company is losing money because there are no sales going on. Nobody's selling licenses. Well, some people are selling licenses, but they're certainly not selling to the extent that they were, because we're all pausing. We're all on pause waiting, obviously. So that's costing the company money. It's costing them money because, remember, they are paying. Chavez has got an extensive tech team, some of the best tech individuals in the world working for him. Imagine what it's costing him in wages. So he's paying people on the development side. Think of the technology that is being created. That's not being created for free. There's costs involved in that. So every day we haven't launched is at a cost to Chavez and the company. So this is where we all are right now. Okay. I don't know when we're going to launch. I suspect and I think it will be this week, because I think we're very, very close. We've now started. What I think has happened, and this is only my personal opinion, what I think has happened is because we've created this new partnership with CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. And look, if you ever wanted different levels of evidence for this is real, if you look at the partnerships we've got with people, this has to show you that this is real. And if it doesn't, then nothing's going to convince you that this is real. But I think that because of the partnership we've now got with CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, I think the integration of that data into the Boomerang software is what has created the delay. I think they probably underestimated how easy it would be to integrate all of that stuff? I don't know. I'm not a tech person myself. I'm just speculating because we've started to see this data upload onto the Boomerang platform. So from the perspective of the individual, you guys, these are your choices. All right. We have to wait. We have to be patient. We don't have a choice. What is the alternative? I can't change the way Chavez works. I can't change the speed at which he works. With this product, I think we're going to be launching very soon, because I don't believe for a minute that Chavez would announce a date unless he felt that date was achievable. That's not the fault in my mind. The fault is when it didn't launch, he should have come forward and explained why. But look, it is what it is. But in all likelihood, all future projects will follow the same path. He will develop them. We will be part of that development. We will enjoy being part of that development. We'll be excited about being part of that development. But those products will probably get delayed as well. And we'll think they're going to launch in 2 months, and they may take 3 months. They may take 4 months. I don't know. But what I do know is each and every one of those products is going to change your lives. There's not a doubt in my mind. And I guarantee you, when Boomerang launches and you all put that first $1,000 in your pocket, you will all be high-fiving. You will all be cheering. And you will all be excited. And then you will all understand what we have and where we are. But the process is the process, and we can't change it. So we have to allow Chavez to work at a schedule that suits him, because he's the developer. We are reliant on him. So your choices are to wait patiently, trust the process, trust Chavez. Okay? If you don't, then no problem. Then you are welcome to go and work in a project that has already launched. Go and find something that you can operate in now, that you can make money from now. And if it proves to be a fantastic project, fantastic. I'm really happy. Then because you will have achieved and you will have got what you want now. You can come back in a month from now, in 2 months from now, in 6 months from now, because I'm telling you, by that time, those of us who are here and who waited, we will all have had our lives changed. I guarantee it. I guarantee it's going to happen. I'm not here to prove to you this is real. I'm not here to demonstrate to you evidence of this is real. If you don't believe this is real, if you think this is a scam, then your money's already gone. Go to another project. Go and do something that is going to make you happy, because we're here to grow a community and we are here to help change people's lives. And that will continue for the next years to come, not the next few months. But as leaders, we're not here to convince anybody of anything. You must make that decision for yourselves. I'm not here to tell you, look, this is real, this is fake, this is that, this is that. I'm telling you my opinion and my belief, because I know this is real, but I'm not convincing anybody of anything. If you're not happy and if you think this is a scam, your money's already gone, then go to a different project and come back in 3 months and find out for yourself if this is real or not. Because I promise you, 99% of the projects out there in the crypto space are fake and scams. And you may make money for a while, and you'll be happy. And then when they disappear, everybody will be back here because we will be the last man standing. Not a doubt in my mind about that. But I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. This is my opinion. This is how I feel about this project. This is how I feel about Chavez, having spent time with the man, having talked to him extensively. So this is where you are as a team, as a community. You make the decision for yourself. You either believe in what we're doing or you don't. And if you don't, we're okay with that. It's a shame. It's disappointing, but we're okay with it. You can go and work with something else and then come back in 3 months or in 1 month if you're not willing to wait. And I know in some cases people have borrowed money and now have to pay that money back, and it's difficult. And I don't want anybody to be at risk. I don't want anybody to be struggling. So if you've got something that you want to do that's going to bring you money now, go and do it. And then come back in a month from now or in 2 months from now, whenever you're ready, because I will still be here. Lucky will still be here. Chavez will still be here. 95% of this community will probably still be here, maybe even more. Maybe 99% of this community will still be here because we know what we have. So that's from your perspective, talking from my perspective as an individual and how I feel you guys should be making your decisions moving forward as yourselves as individuals. But moving forward as a company from the perspective of growing the community, what we discussed was, I guess you could call it a vetting process. Okay. When we bring new people in, I think, well, we both have decided that the way we're going to operate is we will expressing all of the information to people right at the start. When somebody inquires and we explain the project to them, we will explain, look, this is who we are. We are a tech company and we are developing new products. Our most recent product that we're launching is launching in a week from now, or in 2 weeks from now, or in 3 months from now. Okay? But we are developing new products. Dennis, can you mute everyone for me, please? But we are developing new products, brand new products, products that have never existed before. And that means that there could be delays. None of our deadlines are hard, set in stone deadlines, because when there is a problem, there's no off-the-shelf fix for that problem. We have to create, develop, design, invent a resolution to that problem. So if you want to join and be part of this community, we are very happy to work with you. But you have to understand that this is a process of products, of product development. And sometimes we won't meet the schedules. Sometimes there will be delays. Maybe every time there will be delays. So our plan moving forward is to be more open. Not that we were hiding anything before, but I don't think we really understood ourselves. Certainly I didn't, because I'm not a tech guy. I certainly didn't understand the extent at which things can be delayed, because I've never experienced it before. I've never been part of product development before. But now that I have, and now that I understand, we both feel that a much better way of moving forward with regards to the growth of the community is to be upfront with people right at the start, before they begin. Is explain, this is how we work. And of course, we'll be in a better position as we move forward, because we will already have existing products that are live, up and running, and people are making money. We will already have, I mean, when the next product launches in maybe month, 2 months from now, we will already have Boomerang live and launching, and we're making money. In 6 months from now, when the third product launches, or in a year from now, when the third product launches, we'll already have 2 successful products that we're all making money from. So we'll be in a stronger position. But it'll be important to be saying to people, look, this is how it works. This is how things happen in the product development world. So we're being upfront with you. If you want to join, we're very happy for you to join. These 2 products are available right here, right now, or this one product is available right here, right now. The next product is expected in 2 months, but it could be 6 months. It's up to you. Make that choice for yourself. So that really is the extent of the entire conversation that myself and Lucky have had. Now, maybe some people aren't really happy about that conversation. Nonetheless, that was the conversation. And I really called this Zoom so that I could share that with everybody, so that I could be open and honest and hopefully set some kind of template for how we as a community are going to continue to grow, working in an honest, open and ethical way, not just for existing members, but for future members. Okay, so if anyone wants to ask me a question, please put your hands up. I'm going to go through the chat and cover whatever's in the chat. Okay, so from Claudia, this is part that a lot struggle with, I feel. Not many understand what it takes. Yes, you're right, Claudia. I mean, I didn't really understand, obviously, either, having not been a tech guy. No one disputes his technical knowledge. Yes, you're right, Shopper. Communication is, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. The way that he is not such a forthcoming communicator needs to improve. But we also have to accept, whether we like it or not, we all have to accept that Chavez is who he is. We can't change. I can't change who Chavez is any more than I can change who you are. Maybe among your friendship circle, people would say Shoppo is a fantastic bloke, but, you know, if only he didn't, whatever it is. I'm sure there are many things about me that people have said behind my back. You know, if Joe would be a much nicer person if he didn't do this, or if he did do that. But look, I'm telling you, at the age of 54, it's very unlikely I'm going to change. Chavez is 28. He may change. When he hits his 30s, maybe he'll be a slightly different person, maybe a more mature person, maybe a more laid back person. Who knows? But who are we to decide who Chavez should be? Who are we to decide how Chavez should act? For me personally, all I really care about is, are we in a safe place? Is Chavez going to bring us real products? Are we going to make money? Money that I can withdraw. For me, they're the 3 things that I care about. If he talks to me less than he should do, I'm okay. I got paid today. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not sure I understand completely. To some degree, yes, I understand it helps to soothe people's panic. It helps to soothe people's concerns when they get a message from Chavez saying, don't worry, but we're all grown-ups here. If we understand the technical process of a product development process, then why do we need an update every 5 minutes? Why can't we just accept Chavez is getting the job done? Okay, he probably shouldn't have announced it, but look, he did. Something obviously happened. Let him get his job done. Let him get it working. We can deal with it afterwards. That's just how I feel about it, how I think about it. For you guys, you have to decide that for yourself. I understand what you are saying, but individuals who invest significant funds into the development of a product are often considered crowdfunders and are usually compensated for their contributions in such a way that separates them from those who enjoy the finished product. You're absolutely right. But in that situation, when you're crowdfunding, the final product, you don't get any, usually you don't get any financial benefit from. You'll get usually maybe some shares, which is usually, let's face it, nothing. You'll get maybe a couple of thousand tokens. If it's launched on the blockchain, you'll get a couple of thousand tokens or a couple of hundred tokens, which may or may not have any financial gain in the future. Or you'll get a free hat rack, or you'll get a free download, or you'll get a free whatever it might be. With this specific product, you're going to be earning maybe, I think, a minimum of $6,000 a month. A minimum of $6,000 a month. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because having worked through the beta version, I know that I could make, and Dennis will tell you as well, that it's easy to do $100 a day in trading profits. Right, Dennis?
Definitely.
$100 a day in trading profits. Easily. I was doing $100 a day with between 2 to 4 hours worth of trading a day. If I can do $100 a day trading manually, then a bot is easily going to be able to do $200 a day. So I think our minimum income is going to be $6,000 a month, which is in pounds for anybody that's in the UK, around about £4,500 a month. I think it's probably going to be more than that. I think we'll be making between $500 and $1,000 a day, easily. Preliminary testing on the bot has shown that the bot can trade $100,000 worth of trades in 4 hours. If we extend that, let's just say it's 8 hours, $100,000 of trades in 8 hours. And let's say an average trade profit of 0.5%. That means $500 every 8 hours. There are 3 8-hour periods in a day. That's $1,500 a day. $500 to buy your next license. And let's say $500 on fees. It won't be that much, but let's say $500 on fees. That means you're going to make $500 a day. That's $15,000 a month. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but if the preliminary testing on the bot has anything to show, I think that's certainly a possibility. Whether it's a probability, I don't know. But my personal belief is we will be making a minimum of $6,000 a month in trading profits. So from that perspective, this isn't crowdfunding. We are not crowdfunding. You are buying, one might say, a franchise. You are buying a license to trade under the name of Boomerang. And your benefit is to make thousands of dollars a month. You just have to wait. You have to be patient. I mean, you wait a whole month before you get paid at work, don't you? In your job, most people in this country anyway, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in the UK, most people get paid monthly. You have to wait. You have to spend money on lunch every day. You have to spend money on taxis every day, or on bus fare every day, or on petrol every day. You have to pay your electricity bill. You have to pay your gas bill. You have to feed your children. And you don't get paid. You do all of that for a whole month. You spend all of that money before you even get paid at the end of the month. So that's my perspective on that. So I keep getting stuck in the fetching process. It freezes. My laptop can't even switch the A to the A if I wanted to. I don't know what that means, to the A. After closing the sites and reopening it, it still is stuck in the fetching pairs mode. I have had no chance to get a single pair so far with, oh, maybe AI is what you meant then. Nor without the AI. hopefully it will really get fixed. Yeah, look, it will get fixed. I don't know what the problem is in this case. Maybe there's an issue with your internet. The bot will work independently. Obviously, when you're trading manually, you are interacting with the platform. So you will need a relatively good internet provider for that, good, consistent internet access. But just like the miners mine 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether you're online or not, the bot, I imagine, will work in the same way. So once you activate the bot, you can just turn off your phone, turn off your laptop, go to bed, and you'll be trading 24 hours a day. You'll wake up and all you'll need to do is top up your gas fee every few hours. But yes, this will all be fixed as we go along. Undoubtedly, even when we launch, we are still in the testing phase. MVP is still a testing phase. It's still going to be 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks of testing under the MVP before we go to full live launch, where the product will then be a final product. Is there a possibility for someone who could be an updater for us who's part of the process so Chavez can do his thing, but the rest of us get communication? Yes, that's your upline. Your upline is the person who gets the communication. But unfortunately, look, in my chain, there is me, there is Lucky, and there is Chavez. So there is only one person between me and Chavez. If Lucky doesn't get an update from Chavez, then how does she pass that update on to me? She speaks to Chavez pretty much every single day. She wasn't able to speak to him yesterday, but she has spoken to him today. And later today, they're going to make an official post giving some sort of information, update, whatever it might be. But your upline is the person who should be responding to you. Your upline is the person. I have been doing Zooms pretty much every day for my community, where I'm answering questions, offering support, reassuring people. And I can tell you, the people in my community are backing me 100% because they trust Chavez. And not all of them have been here from the beginning, but they trust Chavez because we will launch. We will have a life-changing product and we will be here for years to come, not just for the next few months. Okay. Are potential new investors being told that they are investing into an unfinished product? Okay, well, I've addressed that, Dana. That's how we are going to be now moving forward. But yes, that was happening because obviously we would have been telling people we are currently in the beta version. And if they know what that means, then they'll go, oh, okay then. And if they don't know what that means, they would go, what does that mean? And we would explain it to them. So I would say, yes, certainly the people that I brought in, I was explaining, look, we are currently on the beta version. We're still going through testing. We'll be launching MVP roughly back then around March, April time. So yes, I was. If other leaders are not doing that, that's, I can't do that. I try my best to operate in an open, honest, and ethical way. But I can't justify other people. I know that there are leaders, not that I know personally, but I know that there are leaders in the community who don't operate in an ethical way. And they will say whatever they need to say to get people in, because the only thing they're interested in is filling their own pocket. And that's not who I am. I work hard to help all of my community because I want them to hit the next set of ranks. I want them to make money. But understand, be under no illusion, we're all here to make money. Of course I'm here to make money. And of course, by helping my community, I get paid. But that's the same for you. That's the same for everybody here. That's how this industry works. What an amazing industry. What an amazing way to make a living. To help people make money, you get paid. What an incredible way to make a living. I love this industry. It's been a long time. It's taken a long time to find a place that I feel that I can put my trust in completely. And I think we have. Okay, but this could be a never-ending story. I think I addressed that earlier. Wrong commitment every Wednesday continues update. If not able to, I agree with you. That was from Vembu. Wrong commitment every Wednesday continues, no update. If not able to produce specified time, then how face the team under me when they are asking a refund after launch. I will join, like that feedback I received. You're right. Look, Chavez is going to continue to come every Wednesday and update everybody, as he should. Wednesday's his day. He should be here. Believe me, the day he doesn't turn up, panic will start. And that may happen. We don't know when there's a day that he's perhaps sick. This guy's working almost around the clock. Probably doesn't get more than 4 hours of sleep in a day. There may be a day when he's sick and he doesn't turn up. And you watch the panic then. But believe me, this guy will turn up every Wednesday to give his update. He didn't give that update saying we were going to launch on Friday just for the fun of it. There's no way he was in the office thinking to himself, I know what will upset these people. I'll tell them we're going to launch on Friday, but I'm not actually going to launch on Friday. Chavez is a successful businessman in the tech world. He is a celebrity in the tech world. There are people all over the world who want him to build their projects because he employs the best and he is the best. So it's easy to say afterwards, he shouldn't have announced launch. But if he thought we were going to launch, why wouldn't he have announced it? It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? So I agree with you to some degree. We must have some evidence and confirmation that this product really exists. Look, I'm not here to convince you of anything, but what more evidence do you want? Every transaction is on the blockchain. All your profit goes into your MetaMask. We've got partnerships with GameStop Means, who's the largest gaming company in the world. We've now got a partnership with CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. We have our own blockchain, which is a verified blockchain. We have our own crypto token that is a duplicate of Bitcoin, and that's Bitcoin code. Everybody's got a miner that is mining, and we're all mining Bitcoin code. We have a USDT BTC20 that you can actually exchange into dollars. So USDT is a huge company. USDT creates USDT for every single blockchain, and they created a USDT for our blockchain. So what more do you need? What more evidence do you want? What do you want Chavez to do? Get a tattoo saying this is real? Every single transaction is right there on the blockchain. If you want to keep going to YouTube and listening to people who know nothing about this industry and know nothing about this product, I can't stop you doing that. You can make your own choices, but the evidence is right there in front of you. Where do you want to look for it? How do you want evidence? You tell me specifically what evidence do you want, and I will do my very best to provide it. Communication from his side is terrible. Yeah, you're right, but that's who Chavez is. You know, if my best friend told me he was gay, I would say, fantastic, I accept you as you are. You've been my best friend for the last 20 years. You'll continue to be my best friend for the next 20 years. I accept you for who you are. I actually don't have many friends because I believe this is who I am. If people like me, they like me. If they don't, I don't care. I am who I am. At the age of 54, I can't change who I am. It took me years to become the person that I am as it is. And if I want to change, it'll be because I want to change, not because somebody else wants me to change. So we can't expect Chavez to change just because you can't be patient. I agree with everything you're saying, but I also think it's important to fix the communication gap. Yes, you're right, and we're doing everything that we can to do that, but it is what it is. Chavez announced Friday. Yes, he did announce Friday. I've already explained that and answered that. At least I did inform my team to be patient. All of us have been on the meeting since the beginning, and by now we have some delays, which means the project is not yet ready. As leaders, let's keep encouraging our community to be patient until the process is done. Let's trust the process. Florence, You're absolutely right. What do you want? Do you want the product in a hurry, or do you want the product ready? Because believe me, if he launches the product now, and then in a week from now, we have to go into maintenance because we have to fix something, you'll all be complaining. It's better to wait now and get as close to a perfect product as possible so that when we do start, we can actually start making money straight away and change lives. So you have to make that choice. As I said earlier, make that choice. Do you want the product to be completed, or do you want it quickly, fast, or ready? Those are your two choices. And if those two choices don't suit you, then the only other option you've got is to go to a different product, go to a different project that is already working, that you can make money now, so that that can solve your immediate problems, and come back to us in a month, in 2 months, in 6 months, in a year. I guarantee you we will still be here. And in all likelihood, whatever project you went to won't be. Please share with us this recorded Zoom. Yeah, I'll share it out to all my WhatsApp groups, and then whoever your leaders are should be sharing it around. Did Lucky answer my question regarding the MVP? I'll be honest with you now, Shed, I don't even remember what that question was. You can send me a message afterwards to remind me. I'll look it up and see what I think. But whatever it was, I haven't had a response to that. But I will, if you remind me what the question was, I'll ask her again. I just don't understand why he can't take responsibility as a leader, as a man. Why do we have to say these things? Why not hire a communications team to help us with our work too? Again, Shopper, to some degree, I agree with you. But Chavez is not a conventional man. We are not a conventional company. Chavez doesn't work in a conventional way. He does have people that are a communication team. That's us, the leadership. When he gives us information, we give it out. He could employ 1,000 people in a communication team. But if he doesn't share that communication to them, then what communication is there for them to share? We are the communication. We just need Chavez to share more regular updates. But again, he is who he is. If you can't accept him for who he is, best thing is to go and find something that you can make money now and come back in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. I think it's ridiculous fun with us. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. I think you're saying, Harpreet, I think it's ridiculous he's having fun with us. That's fine. That's your opinion, and that's okay to have that opinion. If you can't wait, work on a different project where you can earn money now and then come back in 3 months or in 1 month. And you'll see that we're still here. Does anyone from the leaders get opportunity to test the bot? He can give chance to them even if it's not ready. People are testing right now. I haven't. I'm not bothering. I'm going about my life. I'm not sitting here with in a chair with my phone in my hand waiting to press the button. I'm getting on with my life. I'm working. I'm cleaning my house. I'm cooking my dinner, taking my dogs for a walk. I'm not waiting. I'm just doing things. When it's ready, it's ready. API not working properly. For that, there are 3 problems. Find out. Once these 3 errors resolved, it will launch. Yes, that's true. I don't think it's a case of they're not working. I think it's a case of they may not have integrated those APIs, but it's possible that for whatever reason, there's a bug in those APIs. You're absolutely right. Cornelia, AI. Okay. How many more? Okay, that's it. We're nearly at the end there of that. Where was that last one? Right. Cornelia said AI. Oh, okay. I think you're answering my question from earlier. Chavez has told us that a few leaders, individuals were able to trade last week. Have you personally heard of any who take trades? Yes, there are people in the leadership group who've taken trades. But if you haven't, don't worry. The product hasn't launched yet. You know, imagine you went and bought a car. Okay, you wouldn't buy the car if it didn't have wheels on it. You'd pay your deposit. You can look at your $500 as your deposit towards moving through the packages to get to the $10,000 package. You buy a car and you put down your deposit. And if the company phoned you up and said, look, I've got your car here ready to collect, and you turned up and it didn't have any wheels, you wouldn't take it. Now, fair enough. The company wouldn't call you and say it's ready. But that's because there's a physical difference. But if they said to you, the car is complete and the car has got the wheels, it's got the steering wheel and it starts, and then you take it down, drive it down the road and something goes wrong in the engine, what can you do? They couldn't see that. They couldn't predict that, could they? You get a puncture. They can't predict you're going to get a puncture, so you have to bring it back. They fix the problem. You come back and get it later. We're in the same situation here. Chavez announced, surely he announced that it was going to launch because he believed it was going to launch. But then something went wrong. They had to delay. That's not the problem. The problem is that he should have announced, he should have come back and said, okay, look, this is what's happened. It's the communication. Internet is fine. Got Netflix working just fine. Okay. I would say that the product behind the scenes isn't completely connected, shall we say. Hi, Joe. Could you show us some screenshots of the trades of Boomerang and profits? No, because I haven't got any screenshots because I haven't done any. And what do you want to see? Again, you know, this constant need for evidence, this constant need for reassurance. It's, you know, why? I know we've all come from a broken place, but you either trust Chavez or you don't. The evidence is right there in your face. You all, or maybe not all of you, but I would say most of you all saw it working in the beta version. So why wouldn't it work now? Mirko, respect Joe. Thank you very much. Let me frankly say here that we need much patience to encourage Chavez to get this done. All he has been doing for all our good. This project is unique, one, and I strongly believe that we will come out strongly. Let's encourage him, and we are with him. He really needs our encouragement and patience. Solomon, thank you very much. That's very nice to hear. Shopper, Joe, can't we give an extract or a short summary of your conversation with Chavez every day? I don't talk to Chavez every day. Lucky speaks to him every day or every other day, and we do give out those summaries. That's what the updates are. That's what we get from when Lucky sends out her update, I send it out to everybody. And that update is as a result of a conversation with Chavez. Claudia, I meant updates about what's working, what's not, why it didn't launch. Yes, you're right. It would be useful for him to come and do that. I know you guys are handing down all the info you possibly can. I'm just wondering if there's someone who's in the creation process who could hand down info to you, and Lucky that Chavez might overlook due to working. Maybe. I don't have an answer for you, Claudia. It's not a wrong sentiment, and it would certainly be useful, and certainly would be easier for me if I had this information to be able to say to everybody, look, X, Y, Z. Gabrielle or Gabriella, dear all, be patient. Thank you. IO, I like you, Joe. Thanks, IO. Very much appreciated. I don't see transactions on on hash. What you talking about? Arbitrage trading not working. So about the transactions on the blockchain you speak after all the promises to community. I talk about the transaction hashes that we all of course, if you're not doing a trade, there isn't a transaction hash. That's like saying there isn't a cake if you haven't mixed eggs, flour and butter together. You haven't done a trade. So there are no transaction hashes. So there are no transactions on the blockchain. But if you go to if I gave you my wallet address for my MetaMask, you can go to my blockchain and you can go and see all of the transactions that I did during the beta version. And in fact, I think I do have, I'd have to find it now. I may have the Polygon network specifically for, where was it? Was it for the company? I don't know. The testing, where they did on testing, we have the transaction, the Polygon chain transactions that were done during testing that you can see. But yeah, if you want my wallet address, I'll give you my wallet address, Mario. You can go and see all of the transactions. You can go and look through my blockchain, see every single transaction. Dennis, I'm sure, will be happy to give you his wallet address. I'm sticking my neck out for Dennis now. He may not be.
Problem. I can do that. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Go and see all the transactions, Mario. But again, you know, if you're not happy, if you don't want to believe it, if you refuse to believe it, if you want to believe other people instead, your option is to go and do something else and come back in 3 months, because we'll still be here. Simona, I trust God, I trust Chavez, I trust in the process, and we will be very happy with lots of money in our pockets. Absolutely. Buck, thank you for your leadership, Joe. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Yes, someone has to follow. Yes, someone has to follow. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Heradas, but thank you. Are those guys who brought Boomerang straight away from the company trading yet? No, nobody's doing actual trading yet because we haven't fully moved to MVP, but it's coming. Mikam, because I think that you said you earned $100 easily per day, just like you know, did you get that money? Of course. Remember, we're not just earning money through Boomerang, we're also earning money through the affiliate model. So in Boomerang, during the beta version, I made, we didn't look, I'm saying $100 a day. We didn't trade every day during the whole beta version, because remember, there was large periods of time when the DApp was under maintenance as they were developing it, refining it, finding new ways to doing things. But on the days that we were working on the DApp, I was making easily $100. I did one trade with 56% profit and made just over $500 in profit on that one trade. Yes, all there on the blockchain. You can go and see it all. I think you said, right, okay. Or is it just the beta version? No, of course it was real money. It wasn't. The beta version was a testing version, but it was all with real trades. All that money goes into your MetaMask. I mean, tell me, what other company, what other platform? There must be dozens of us here. Out of this 100 people, there must be dozens of us here who are in Hyperverse. Where was that money stored? Did it go into your MetaMask? Or did it go into their wallet where they had control? Of course, you all know the answer to that. It went into their wallet. Here, it all goes into your MetaMask. Of course, I withdrew. Yes, I withdrew. I've been using, or I was at that time using some of that money.
I can attest to that. I withdrew too.
Yeah. Dennis was withdrawing too. Converting the profits into USDT, sending it out to my Nexo account, spending it on my Visa card. Of course, anybody who was making profits it's in your MetaMask. How can't you withdraw it? It's impossible unless MetaMask isn't working. Or unless you're suggesting we've somehow got control of MetaMask. Well, there isn't any, Mario, there isn't any in the last 3 days, is there? Because we haven't moved to MVP. I mean, look, you know, you're looking for a reason to be distrustful. And that's fine. There isn't any, and I haven't done any trading in over a month because we've been moving to MVP. All the trades that I did were in beta version. You can go and see every single trade that I did in beta version. If that's not good enough for you, Mario, I'm sorry. You're welcome to go somewhere else, go and work on a different platform, come back to us in 3 months. Then I'll show you my trades on the same day. I'll give you my wallet address. I'll get Dennis to give you his wallet address. Anybody else here that's still here, I'll give you our wallet address. You can go and see all of the trades that we made in the last few hours. Mikam, okay, thanks. Joe, Dana, thanks for meeting. What was it? Thanks for meeting with us and answering our question. Ellen, okay, thanks, Joe. Just try to push them for daily reports. We are doing everything we can to try and get daily updates, but just don't expect them. They may come, they may not. But this is your time now. This Zoom is about helping you to make a choice. If you're willing to wait, brilliant. It'll be well worth waiting for. If you're not, go and do something else. Come back in a month or in 2 months or in 3 months. Okay. So that has me worked through all of the chat. Oh, look, somebody snuck one in. All right, let me close the chat for a minute. Dennis, can you close the chat for a minute? Joe, we are so lucky that you have been our mentor and truly appreciate your patience especially in dealing with those who don't really understand the stress that Chavez and his team are experiencing right now. We have faith in God, and he led us to this unique opportunity, and we support Chavez. Yeah, if anyone wants to send me messages like that, you're very welcome to. Thanks for that, Maria. Look, I'm here to be honest and straight with you guys, and that's who I am as a person. That will never change. All right. Everybody that was with me in Hyperverse, I'm still in communication with them. I never break communication with people because I understand the difficulty and I understand the pain that people have gone through. And I want to continue to help people because I know we're in the right place. I will back Chavez to here because I know he's the right person for the job. I know we have a real product. I can't change how this is going to work out. I can't change how the launch date. I can't change Chavez as a person. He is who he is. Either accept that or don't. That's the only options that we have. And I'm not in a rush. I'd rather it comes as a successful product that works rather than a product that we have to keep stopping for. Hopefully, all of you feel a little bit better now that we've had this out. But if there's any questions, please put your hand up now. Otherwise, we will look to close the Zoom. Is anybody put their hands up?
Nothing that I can see.
Okay. What I'm going to do now then is I'm going to quickly play a Boomerang video, 3-minute Boomerang video that gives everybody a chance to think. And then I'll come back, and if there's any questions, I'll answer those questions. If not, we'll close the Zoom. So give me a second. Shad's the only one with his hand up. Now, Shad, what's your question?
I'm not sure if this is the right place for it, but I wanted to ask a question regarding BTCC.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so say I wanted to buy some BTCC, okay?
Yeah.
Now, as far as I understand it, there are two ways to buy.
Your sound is, sorry, now, Shad, I can't hear you very well. You're a little distant on your sound. Maybe talk a bit louder.
Okay. The question I want.
Tap, tap, coins multiply, swing low. Flash loan cycling back like a boomerang flow. It's how strings merge with the beats of tablet show. Crypto income rising, see that digital dough. Ragas meet the code, sinking Hindustani mode. Trading rhythms, blockchain, serenading the road.